welcome to DuckCast episode 48. We got all types of giggles for you today. Today is...
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm tired, man. It's finals.
I hope the trend for this season, we just like our comedy, our sense of humor just like dwindles further and further down. I mean, the title of the last episode was
Purple
the start
beard.
of it. I wonder if people looked at that and either thought, I'm not going to watch this because it's DuckCast and on the Exploding Duck Brigade, I don't care about this channel, or the title. So...
I feel like we've had a very interesting season. We talked about some, real psychological stuff last episode with preachy stuff in movies. Me and Pinsack acknowledge our marriage. All kinds of wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've been telling so many people just about that one part just because it cracks me up because I didn't know that and I learned on the show that that's what that meant. You remember what we're talking about?
No.
It's that one thing I have hung up on my episode that Pinsack said was a sign of friendship.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that makes me laugh. I actually have a couple of things to talk about this episode, but I do want to say, just a little side note, I don't think anyone's going to care too much about this, but with this being episode 48, we have
Oh, God. Now you're back.
Not overlapped. Okay. Am I good?
Yeah. Every now and then it's
Okay.
cutting in and out, but it's fine, I guess.
With this episode, we have finally went over the amount of episodes that my favorite podcast has, Weisenheimer's, because they ended on 47. Now, they do have some weird lost episodes and even an extra 30-minute episode that was just a live stream that Yotam recorded and uploaded. So to play it safe, we'll say 50. We officially overran them for sure, but with the actual official episodes, we've overrun them.
Suck it.
Some of the episodes they had went missing, so there's lost episodes that weren't counted.
I'm pretty sure that once we hit 100, we'll be sure that even with those missing episodes, we'll still have beaten them. It's all good.
Okay. I've been a wacky 48 episodes of DuckCast, except not this one, because this one's going to be a serious cast. There's not going to be any jokes. You saw...
Yeah, there was a show we've been mentioning every now and then, a project you've been working... this thing you've been working on with this dude named Daryl?
Yeah.
Yeah, that first one. Called The Group, and it's on YouTube now on a channel not called The Group. I thought it was, but then I saw the name and I was like, okay. STR number 8 Loud.
Straight Loud Society, man.
Yeah. When I told you, when I saw the trailer, I didn't really understand what the show was about, but, I told you, it's just probably a trailer, it's not the show is not going to be able to explain itself well. First episode, I understood perfectly fine. I knew who was the main cast and who was side characters fine. I love the cast, by the way. I love Darrell is the writer, right?
Yeah.
I love not many shows do this where they introduce characters, but so he keeps them in at the right times. He doesn't keep them in a scene for too long, and he doesn't keep them away for too long. He's able to bring them back. I guess binge watching both episodes back to back is helpful too, but he does it very well. I think it also helps that there's not too many characters, and you don't really forget. I don't remember any names, by the way. I think that's a problem, but that's more of a nitpick. But as for characters, I remember there's the guy who's with the old lady. There's the other guy who had that terrible rap. Or there's oh my god, your friend. Oh my god, how?
I'm not gonna answer it for you. You have to guess it.
Oh my god, how did I forget his name? The black guy.
It's Tariq.
Tariq, thank you. Wow. I feel like an idiot. By the way, I love the old lady. She owns that shop, I believe. said in the credits. Yeah, I noticed her name was
Carrie's Smoke Shop. Check it out in Houston. Good place.
All the people live in.
It's actually a nice store. It actually is a really nice store.
I love the guy, the main character. I clearly get like he's clearly the one who like he's looking for recognition. He wants to prove himself in front of many others. I get his psychology already. I love it. Yeah. The other guy, I think this is more preference. Whoever is okay with this type of comedy, but oh my god, that autistic dude. I don't know if he's actually autistic or not, but my god, he's hilarious. Like he's just
Eli?
He can stare at nothing with this stupid face, and I crack up. There's the scene when Tariq was introduced.
Call him autistic.
He's clearly autistic. It's so funny.
I don't think he's autistic.
He's so great. He's autistic. Either that or he's really high, but or both.
I got that intention. He was just a stoner.
Yeah, well. He's on the spectrum, baby. The scene when Tariq was first introduced, his character, there was a shot where it's showing it's showing Tariq and the main character, and then kind of on the side of the camera it shows the other guy, and like he's just staring at the floor with like this face. I was just done. I was so fun. It was so great.
I really think everyone in the cast did a great job with the first two. I was very happy with them.
I definitely see this show possibly going places if it gets noticed. Like I can see it. It has better writing than most things that I've seen, I think. And the only complaint I would say, other than like I don't remember many characters' names. Also, a lot of actors, like they're great at what they do. They sometimes mumble a bit, so maybe that's why I can't really understand when they say their names or something.
When we did the first take, because we had to do some retakes for episode 1, there was the actor for 50 Cal. He's the one who's always with Gertrude.
Okay.
With Gertrude, the woman. He was, he's definitely learned to speak up a lot when we did the first shoot with him. And he's really good. I love his performance, and I swear to God, in episode 3, he is like a highlight of the episode.
He was the first that I noticed to mumble, though.
He's a quieter guy, and I like that because it adds a more quiet character to the mix. Because Ricky is loud, Straight Bars is loud, Darrell is loud. Eli is pretty quiet. Eli is the guy with the beard, by the way, and he's pretty quiet, but in the second episode, he is a lot louder. But you saw the second one, so I guess you know that.
Yeah.
When he's just like shouting the lyrics to that one song, he's even louder, and he's even louder in the third one. So I really like that. Straight Bars, even like when he's gets pissed off in like future scenes, like he's still relatively quiet about it.
Also forgot to mention, I really like the locations too, and I'm like always surprised when like you guys are screaming at the top of your lungs, like. Out in public. It's great.
Yeah, like that. I'm not gonna say a name right now, just because I'm sure the person wouldn't mind, but I actually have had someone who, and I agree with the person a little bit. He says that we should definitely be doing more scenes in indoor locations, and that just having the characters walk throughout the town for 2 episodes. For 2 full episodes, like we need to switch it up a little bit.
Although I will say though, like.
But I really like how it came out in the first 2. I personally, I like that.
I still really like, though, with the outdoor scenes being there, I think it's also good for the first 2 episodes just to get a good idea of the town they live in. I feel like it's a great...
Yeah, and it is, it is like, not that this is like...
You got the streets, you got stores, you got a park, you're showing different... Yeah. It's nice.
And not that this is so much of like this big bonus or anything, but we are actually shooting in like the town they say it is, because with some other shows they don't do that. Like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they don't film any scenes in Philadelphia, and it's like again, I don't think that's like so much a bonus. I think if a different location works better for you, that's okay to do that. But I do like how it's a show where like the town is a big part of it, and it's a real town that actually exists, and it's shown in the show. I like that. It's like a 20-minute drive from here, so it's not that bad getting there either.
I had some other complaints. I forget. Oh yeah. This is more just on your end, and I know you'll improve. But like,
you're gonna get me fucking fired, Zach.
You said that with the trailer too, and nothing happened. So we'll see. You know, I feel like I think you even told me like, you know, I think there was an episode where we were talking about experiences like doing camera work for other people and being nervous on set. I know, like, these are early episodes, so that's why I kind of give it a pass. Like, I know you'll improve, and I know you're aware of it, but, like, you know, there's a lot of shots, I think, that are, even though they're freehands, I understand they're still pretty shaky.
You know? Yeah, but, you know, that's gonna happen.
I know.
It's supposed to be a, you know, it's like mockumentary based. I'm not like rejecting the criticism you're giving me right now. I'm just saying, like, yeah, but I don't, like, looking at those scenes myself, I don't personally see anything wrong with them. I don't like using the tripod shots because it seems very unrealistic to me that there's just these, you know, like, it seems more realistic these camera operators are following them around. They even acknowledge some of the camera operators in the show. Don't shake your head at me. Fuck you, Steve. Just something like, remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you,
get lucky charmed?
I think you do. Like, slightly, or maybe not. Do you color grade any of the scenes?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I do tone it down a little bit from my regular work because I don't want it to, it's not supposed to look cinematic. And with it being like long continuous shots, often the lighting will change a little bit as the camera's panned into like more shadowy areas based off the setting, which is something we should try to avoid. It's hard to avoid, especially when we're filming in the woods.
I mean, like, I see you moving the camera when you have like a lens flare from the sun pointing at you. You know, you're moving at the right times. You know. Yeah.
Tariq has a way nicer lens, and his lighting stays more consistent when he does it because he does a lot of like the side cinematography as well. The only thing with that is sometimes then he gets like really good shots, but sometimes they're just like so shaky that I can only show them for a couple of seconds. Because I mean, it's not even like so much that it's like bad hand movement. He's actually way more smooth with the camera than anyone I know. It's that he's like constantly moving the camera to different places, and I think it's because he has the assumption that I'm only going to use a few seconds of it, and he just wants to be able to get as many angles as he can. So I'm kind of focused on getting the scene straight. He's kind of focused on, okay, this angle for a few seconds. Okay, this angle for a few seconds.
Sometimes keep it for like 10 to 15 seconds each. I mean, how long are you talking about? Like, very quick?
It varies. It varies. But you know, I mean, I think that he's a very, very helpful part of the show because he was only gonna come on to play Officer Ricky for like a day, and instead I like said, hey, you want to help me do this? I'll pay you. Like, and
he's a recurring character, right? He seems like the type.
I think so.
He's returned already with 2 episodes. I mean.
Yeah.
He's so far like the one only actor. Like, I love the other actors too, but he's the one who's the most. He can play a good character. He's a good character actor, and brings the most energy.
Me and Tariq have a little running joke when we're filming it, because the character's name is Officer Ricky, and he uses the exact same voice he did in the very first video he was ever in, which is titled Ricky Goes to the Bar. And now the voices are a little bit different. I'd say like the Ricky Goes to the Bar one is a lot more cartoony sounding, while this one kind of blends into a more realistic scenario a little better. Like, you can actually believe that this is this guy's voice.
Yeah.
Where in Ricky Goes to the Bar, that's clearly not what he actually sounds like. But we like to joke saying like Officer Ricky is Ricky in the future. Like, it's the same character from that one.
I have a theory of this. I have a theory of this character in the group right now. Like, I feel like he's not really a cop. He just kind of parades around the town saying he's a cop because he's so young and he doesn't wear any cop attire. He never pulls out a gun. I don't know, man. I think he's a phony. That's my theory.
Keep in mind that, like, you know, I don't want to say too much or anything. I don't think that I don't know if the show is ever trying to convince you that he's really a cop or not. Because he might just be. I think the idea of him is he's just like really dedicated to justice, and he's the kind of guy who makes a citizen's arrest.
Yeah.
Like if he's he can't arrest anyone. I think that Darrell and Eli are completely convinced that he's actually a cop. And I love his bit in the third episode. One thing I will say about the third episode is it does break up the like the pacing of the first two. It's very different because, again, without saying too much, there is going to be a trailer released pretty soon. I have to work on it. I might this weekend, but I do have finals to study for, so I might end up doing it in the week. But the third one actually focuses on each character individually. Like Rel has his own thing going, Eli has his own story, and then some other characters kind of that didn't interact in the first two interact in this one without Rel or Eli present. So I think that's cool. I think that's, you kind of get to know the characters the way that me and Darrell explained it when we were talking about the third episode on the phone for the first time. We still have a decent bit to shoot for it. We're a little behind on that because very, very complicated schedules. But losing my train of thought. Sorry. But the way we kind of figured it out, like, is just like kind of the story going on behind the scenes with the camera operators. In the first two episodes, they kind of like they were just supposed to be filming Rel and Eli. Now they have all these other people that they're familiar with from the first two, so now they also get their own camera crew going out with them. Or I say camera crew, it's like a camera operator. So far, there's been 2 camera operators acknowledged in the series.
You know what I've also realized too, like the great idea with it being this reality show formatted thing is like, you could film scenes out in public and you have like real people in the background looking at the camera crew. But like if this was a script, like if this wasn't like that type of formatted show, that would be more of an inconsistency thing, or like a thing that, we gotta reshoot that. This person looked in the camera in the background. This is completely okay because it's like even the camera operators are characters in this world, So it's kind of genius.
Occasionally, we will have someone on the street, like we'll have someone like who just wants to interact real quick, whether they're someone that Darrell knows well or not. He knows a lot of people in Easton, though. Like in the first episode, the scene with Heather. Like at the Dunkin' at the very beginning of the first episode, you have the people going like, "Oh," in the background. Those are just some people that Darrell, I think, knows. Okay, I actually don't know.
Those are like, technically actors. Like this is, I'm like talking about like families in the background. Like I remember.
Oh yeah, no,
a Tariq scene. You just see like some guy looking around with his family, like, oh.
Yeah, no.
But I love how no one's also like being annoying, like, hey, doing like a funny, stupid thing. Like they're just very chill about it. It's very a very grounded community feel to it. Not just like, hey, look at me. That the characters that you care about are the center of attention. Don't distract from it. And it's good. You've got them lucky, I have to say.
I don't. Again, I'm not gonna go into this. I am worried about episode 3 right now, just because there has been some communication issues. I think it's gonna be fine, but it's like episode 3 has been. Did you say you
finished filming everything?
No, I said we still have some filming left to do. Like even in this podcast, I said that. But I don't know. Like it's close. It's almost like, I say like there's a decent bit left to do. Really, the biggest stuff is already completed. It's just. There's even some scenes that I think we need to get people back over and like do a little bit more with. I'm really glad you liked it, because like this actually is like really reassuring. I've gotten some feedback.
Yeah, I'd say I'm a fan for sure. I
subscribe
to the channel and everything.
Yeah. Chris liked it too. Chris Bonite. I was just speaking to him last night. We were talking about YouTube Rewind.
It's not anything different from the last couple of years. It's just disappointing, like always. Plus more Lately Pawns this year, but yeah.
Jack's films had a little bit, and I liked that.
I didn't notice he was in it until I saw in the credits. I was like, oh, he was the guy who busted through the door. Okay. He never has like a good spotlight moment. He's always like just in the background or something.
He isn't one of the really big YouTubers. I think it's kind of cool of him to actually do it, though, because he's kind of like in that group of YouTubers
very in the middle,
where he would very much be the kind of person who makes fun of YouTube Rewind, but he still does it. I don't know. Chris told me this, and I don't know what his source on it is, but I just tend to believe Chris nowadays, because even when he used to tell me a story that seemed a little bit out there, it would end up being true. So I just trust Chris. Like, I believe him when he tells me stuff every time. Like, he said that he knows someone who, like he said, knows people who do stuff with the H3 podcast and whatnot, has worked with Ethan before. And he says that Ethan was invited, but declined it. Which, I don't know. Maybe he'll talk about that. Maybe next H3 podcast.
Well, he just did one today. I don't know if it's still going on, but with Philip DeFranco again.
I like Philip DeFranco. He was in it this year. He has a really...
They probably talked about it. I mean, Philip was in it, and it happened recently.
Yeah. He has a Patreon, and I don't agree with that. He doesn't need a Patreon, but...
He's got a big studio with a lot of people working in that studio for many different projects. I don't know.
No, when you're that far in, you don't need a Patreon. I don't think so, and it's because he's trying to start, like, this new network, but, like... It's... I really like his show. I really think I think he has a really good format with his show. I enjoy watching it. I can't watch. And to be fair, he actually covers like the news. He doesn't just talk about YouTubers. He will talk about them. Like, he was talking about Daddy05 a lot, which, I mean, that's not a bad thing to talk about. You should try to give that publicity because you want, bad things to happen to those two. But I can't, like, watch fucking Keemstar Scarce with shit like that. But yeah, no, it was... I'm glad you liked episode 1 and 2 of the group. I'm really looking forward to getting 3 out. I don't know when it's coming. Yeah. I'm doing everything I can, and we'll see. Like, but yeah, that's reassuring, so thank you, friend.
Actually, you might need a... Is it snowing over there? Or is it, like... Are there already scenes that involve snow? Because, like, you might need to hurry up to get it in time.
Yeah, we probably should have been done by now. Schedule.
Because snow's kind of a problem with certain things, I would say.
Scheduling can be my problem, too, but it's, like, I'm more available than other people. And I'm not giving, like, anyone who's not available shit. You're not available, you're not available. You gotta work. I understand that. But it's... I don't know, messaging people, and I'm not always heard back from, and I need to be, and it's kind of annoying. It's not Darrell. Just pointing that out there. Darrell is very responsive. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, like, there's only so much I can do with it, but I really want to get it out there.
Just be proud of what you've made so far, and, just look forward to the next film date. That's all. I liked the second episode a lot. I really liked the chemistry the people on it have. I think the third one's really good. It's just not ready yet. I forgot to also mention your cameo.
Oh yeah, I do have a cameo.
I thought you were gonna have a line for some reason, and no, you just got beat up by an old lady. That was fine. It was fun.
I'm okay with appearing in the show anytime they want me to. That wasn't planned. We're trying to find someone because they do that often. Just try to see if someone wants to do it. There's actually, yeah, we did that with someone for episode 3. Someone temporarily left their business to come help us film a scene because he wanted to be in it.
You mean like his own shop was open and he just walked out?
It was his own place. I'm sure he had an employee there.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. No employees in the store.
I didn't go in the store. But yeah, no, it was. I actually had to get a picture of it for one of the episodes for like the credits, and I went up to take a picture. There was just people like in the window staring at me. I was like, "Oh, I've been caught. I've been seen." I just like so kind of walked off awkwardly. It was like I originally took it from across the street, and then Darrell said, "Oh well, can you actually get closer?" I was like, "Okay, I can do that."
No, I'll zoom in post-production, you piece of shit.
It would have been too blur. It would have been too pixely if I zoomed in. But yeah, I I don't know, actually. I had that camera set. Like, it takes big, large pictures. I probably could have zoomed in, but I didn't. I literally
probably
drove
would
back.
look better up close, though, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so, I mean, like, I'm always okay with appearing in front of the camera if they need me to. I get to have some action in the third episode just from behind the camera.
Oh yeah, you told me a few things, or maybe you even said on DuckCast.
I'm a silent character, but I am like the camera operator is acknowledged as a camera as a character, especially in the third one. I need to stop saying stuff other than that. There's your previews.
I think you even said on the DuckCast recording though, like there's stuff like the cameraman, like stuff does. Like you do stuff on purpose that's like clumsy kind of stuff, yeah.
There was even one that was cut from the first episode, and it was just because there was something that got caught on the camera that we didn't want. But like in the first episode when we were first walking into the diner, the cameraman actually trips at the end of the shot originally.
Wait, I just remembered. We recommended episode 1 in the last episode. Feels right to recommend episode 2 now. With this one.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else to recommend, so.
I have one thing, but I don't know if I should mention it now or later, because it's kind of like unrelevant to what we're talking about, but it's like just a segment.
Recommend 2 videos. I think we should drop the group now. We talked about it for a while.
Yeah, we're like almost half an hour in.
Yeah. So, my brother says the person he's with gave it a 4.6 out of 5, so that's cool.
Yeah.
He didn't say what he thought of it. So with unless that was a 4.6 out of 10, I hope it was a 5. You just said 4.6. I don't know what that's out of.
Is there
I got additional stuff.
Super Mario Brothers Legacy is coming out soon. Any expectations before it airs?
I have 0 expectations. One thing I will say is after hearing stuff from Chris and hearing like Garrett talk over it like on live streams, I'm slowly becoming convinced that while I still don't want to build my hopes up for it, it's probably going to be better than what I think it was going to be originally, because it just seems like he genuinely did put a lot of work into it. It's really
I am definitely not going to say it is anywhere as bad as Season 2 of Mario World where they're doing nothing. I'm pretty sure they're doing a lot of stuff during it. I'm sure of it. I can completely understand that season was like just a filler just to get ready for, the big stuff in Legacy. I completely get that.
I'm not cool with that. I think it's a problem.
I get it, but at least we know for a fact there's going to be something entertaining in this thing.
I'm looking forward to it. Like I sometimes talk about it in a somewhat negative light. I think frequently I do, honestly. I say sometimes, but like I'm excited for it. I'm gonna watch it. I was gonna live stream it. I don't know if I'm gonna do that anymore because I don't know how to schedule that now.
Now you gotta delete your video.
Fuck you! I'm gonna keep that one up forever. It's a Exploding Duck Brigade classic.
Yeah, this whole channel should just be renamed to DuckCast or something. I don't know.
So
and keep all the older videos on.
I think that we're shooting this year's Christmas special, and we're at my brother's place. So we're gonna have like this big open house available to us because I think this is gonna.
December.
I know. We already filmed a lot of it in November.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Only me and Anthony's parts because it's technically Mike and Tony too. Did you ever watch Mike and Tony?
Is that a recent vid?
No, it was a few months. It was early 2017. It was the episode where Michael and his little cousin Anthony comes back for the first time in a few years. Michael's drinking and depressed because everyone abandoned him from after the Hanukkah special. I'd say definitely make sure you watch that one before watching the new
watch right before.
Special. But maybe even catching yourself on the Hanukkah special wouldn't hurt. But
I still haven't seen that Halloween thing.
You gotta watch that. We've worked hard. We worked so hard on that.
At least I watched the group.
But
yeah.
I'm working on it, and I think it's gonna be our like most, not like the most cast members in a video ever, but most cast members together in a video ever. There are people who are coming back who haven't been in a video in years. And I'll say right now, it's not like I feel like when I say that, I almost make it sound like someone like Greg, and Greg isn't coming back. But there's some people I haven't worked with in quite a while who are in it. Pinsac's on board. Brett and Joanne are going to be in town, so they're in it. Gage is in it. Fred's in it. You're going to see, Alec and Luke are the people who are coming back. I'll just say it because it doesn't really matter. And others.
And others.
But
the Blacks.
I don't want to. Some people haven't given me confirmation yet. Some people have said most. I think I'm only waiting on like 1 or 2 people now. Fred is a huge part of this year's special, so we weren't sure about his schedule because we scheduled to film it on the 18th, which I know is like kind of pushing it close, but I'm doing my best to get everything prior completed. I think I can edit it in a few days. I really think I can. The Hanukkah special was like too long. This one, it's long because there was already a side story shot for it. But I don't think it's going to be as long as the Hanukkah special. I don't think it's even going to be close.
So what's this one about?
I'll just say this one. I'll say the
Kwanzaa,
title.
Right? We're not going to each holiday now as a thing.
No, and Chris Bo Knight was telling me to do one on Kwanzaa last night, and I said maybe next year. We went through a couple of different ideas for this one, and I think the third one ended up working the best. The first one that I started writing all the way back in October, was basically just Michael versus Gage. Because it was going to be like a conclusion to the story that we built up throughout the season with Gage being kicked out of the house and it being Michael's fault, and it was all going to take place during Christmas. And the reason it was going to work so well is because Michael and Gage were both the people that have been basically excluded by everyone. Like no one wants to be around them anymore. Both of them have had a huge list of shitty things, and it was pretty bad. I'm glad we're not going with that one. I feel bad to cut Gage's part down, but he's definitely still a big part of the new one. The next one was going to be a Christmas Carol episode, which we wanted to do it for a long time. It's like such a big thing to dedicate yourself to. I almost feel like spending a year on it would be the best way to do it. But even then, I don't want to spend a whole year on a Christmas video because that's just going to make it less special when it's actually Christmas time. Yeah. So I don't know if that video is ever going to see the light of day. If I do, it probably has to be like a 10-minute episode. I have to take a silly approach with it. I don't think I can do it seriously. I was trying to do it seriously. Still has comedy in it a lot. There were some jokes that I was really upset to let go of because I really did like some of the stuff I wrote for that one. But we ended up going with Mike and Tony Steal Christmas.
So is this like a Grinch thing?
Oh,
Grinch and the dog?
Yeah. I like it. I like the direction it went in. I am happy with it. There's some... I don't know. I don't know because we have all these people coming together and it's so hard to balance it, because there's so many different people and some of them are going to go there and not have a lot of lines. But
Mike and Tony steal Christmas.
Jack is probably going to be in it, and he's going to get to reprise the role of John Sweetcorn as well because he played John Sweetcorn first, and then John ended up being played by Fred and Gage a lot. Mainly Gage. Gage is the main John Sweetcorn character. But Jack is coming back to reprise the iconic role.
Alright.
Hi, Zachary's parents. What's up? Can you hear me through the headphones? Earbuds? They couldn't.
Nah.
But yeah, that's being worked on. I'm stressed out as hell about it, but it'll be worth it. Finals are happening and also stressing me out. Health problems are not stressing me out anymore, so that's cool.
Yeah.
The last episode, that was a big thing. Haven't gone to the doctor yet. That got pushed.
That's pretty depressing.
Just imagine, like, I go in and they said, like, because I got pushed by like 5 days, and like I go to the doctor and says, Michael, we could have cured this if you were in here like 5 days ago. No, my health insurance, I had health insurance for a while, but I didn't go to see a doctor in 2 years, and the one on my card moved all the way to Emmaus, which is 40 minutes away from where I live. So I like signed up for that appointment, and I didn't even realize that I was signing up for one in Emmaus. And I was like, oh, gotta switch one that's local, and the new one I'm going to is like 5-minute drive. So that's awesome. I just have to wait until Monday, so I don't have to drive an hour and 30 minutes though. So that's cool, like there and back. What else is there? There's another big thing that I'm forgetting about that we need to talk about. What is it? I was thinking about it. I did. Oh, maybe I don't know. This is one thing, and I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, but there's a chance you have. You ever see Saving Mr. Banks?
I don't think so. No.
The movie with Walt Disney and the writer of Mary Poppins trying to make the movie.
I think I saw a trailer of it years ago, but I don't think I ever saw it.
I just recently saw that and I thought it was good. I don't know. I just got the feeling like this seems like a movie Zach would watch. It was good. I would recommend it. Just check it out. That's my watch. I also watched Moonrise Kingdom, 2 very, very lighthearted films in comparison to Syndicate New York. Good stuff. I don't know what I'm watching next, but I'm going to watch something this weekend. I have like a big freaking watch list. Gotta watch something. What do you recommend, Ziff?
What did I write down?
Well,
it's like not even relevant to what we're even talking about, but like I have a little something.
Oh, it's a YouTube thing, right?
What?
Is it a YouTube recommendation or?
Not really. It's actually like a Twitch channel.
Oh,
I really
Go ahead.
would recommend it. I was gonna say like a little joke, because like this weekend, like for the last few months now, there's been this kind of alpha or beta, this test run of this one game called SOS, and I don't think it would run well on my laptop, but like it's a lot of fun to watch. And there's this one streamer who I've been watching for a few months now, and not even just playing this game, but like other games. She is completely, her improv as well as her presence is just completely entertaining. She's a comedic genius. I feel like just authentically, she's hilarious. She used to go by Katie Rue. She recently changed it to Katie. So I recommend Katie, her Twitch channel, and if you're not into Twitch, I highly recommend checking her out to be your first introduction to the site, because she's pretty great. And this weekend she'll be streaming SOS, and she's really good at the game. And yeah, it's gonna be all weekend. I'm probably not even gonna edit this episode until after the weekend, because goddamn, it's gonna be like all weekend. But yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let me write that down, actually.
What? Did you see the South Park finale?
Oh, that was the finale?
The It one?
Yeah, I saw it.
I didn't like it.
Really?
I thought it was bad.
I thought I had a lot of laughs during that one.
I thought there was okay parts in it for sure. I think as a whole, the South Park season had its ups and downs, but you know.
I like that one scene. I like that one scene where they're like, you know, like they're saying like, I saw the president in the woods too. Oh yeah, I did too. It's like that show Stranger Things. Yeah, I saw Stranger Things too. So did I. And they make this whole dramatic thing. I like that scene.
Yeah, I wasn't laughing too hard at that. To me, the funniest part was the fox trap. The most of the stuff with Heidi and Cartman I kind of liked. I like that they finally ended that too, but I thought they ended it in a relatively funny way. I don't know though. They could have probably had a little build up with that, because I mean a better payoff, I should say, because they built up a lot of problems they had as the season progressed, with her becoming worse and worse, and then the conclusion we come to is just, oh, I guess I shouldn't be like that because memories, and just I don't know. It seems like they could have done something funnier with it, but I do like Garrison as Trump though. Every time I see him, it normally gets thought of me. think it was a funny idea. I think it's a lot funnier than if they actually had Donald Trump on South Park. And since it's like one of their characters, it gives them almost like an excuse to constantly make fun of Trump.
Yeah. Like the whole Heidi and Cartman thing, like, I don't know, like, throughout the season, I kind of felt like, Cartman was gonna kill off Heidi or something, but, it still felt, satisfactory. I don't know, I think if they open next season with her having lost all that weight and instead of, like, still her being overweight, I don't know. I feel like they can still continue her a bit with that.
Mm-hmm. I think it would. I just thought it was funny,
Not
like
just
watching
back to
her.
normal.
I thought it was just funny watching her become aggressive, like worse and worse as the show grew on. I loved the episode before, and I didn't think it was a great episode, but I loved the opening where Cartman and Heidi are fighting each other, and Wendy is rooting on Cartman. Like I was just like, I'm watching Heidi get her fucking bitch ass kicked. That was hilarious. Just Wendy rooting for Cartman. Yeah, the whole season though, I mean, it wasn't a great season. The only episode that I thought was like really spot on and really just a classic was the North Korea episode with the texting and driving and like all three of the stories in that one worked.
I think, with all the backlash from last season being how it was, like where it wasn't bad, it was definitely new, and people didn't want to accept too much of that. They clearly like wanted to try to, even though they had a story throughout the whole thing, they were trying harder to at least make each episode their own thing this season compared to last season. Yeah. I liked the storyline with PC Principal and Strong Woman.
I liked that.
I really like that.
They're co-workers and they just start throwing up.
I love that so much.
I guess like I'm like point out a couple of things I liked about it. I don't know, doing an It. I think my least favorite thing with it is the fact that it was an It parody. It just seemed like too easy.
However, I don't know, they got it out like on not on time, but like on they got it out pretty quickly, I would say, compared to like how you would expect something like this to come out. I don't know.
South Park's normally quicker, honestly. It came out months
seeing
ago.
The movie and then writing enough down to where they would remember how some scenes were shot and trying to do them almost word for word, but parody wise, I don't know.
I guess I don't know, but last season I liked a lot. The only problem with last season is they repeated so much of the comedy because it was running like a single episode of South Park. Now a lot of it escalated and like became funny. Like I loved Gerald's story in the last season. I thought was funny. All the stuff with the how do you say it? Yeah, I can't pronounce it. Yeah. The entire family was great. Like the mom, Ike, Kyle, Gerald. Like, am I saying no, it's not? Is it Gerald?
Yeah.
Okay, that was all great. All four of them were great. Trump, Garrison as Trump was hilarious, but I thought Randy wasn't funny for the entire season. I thought that Cartman wasn't funny for the entire season. Stan and Kenny don't really do anything. Butters was kind of funny with his like the dicks out thing they had. Like how he started like a big like a big protest of his own.
I just remembered another thing from the recent South Park, which was Ike's thing for his country. I love how Ike is always so proud of his country. Like he's just a kid and he's like
him dressed up like that, like on the. What was he riding a horse?
He was a dog. He was on a big dog because he was a little kid. Ike was the one to catch the president.
Yeah.
For his country of Canada.
I
don't know. I liked the last episode personally. It wasn't great, but it was.
I guess that's my thing. Is it wasn't great. I don't. Ever since they did this whole story-based thing, I don't think that they've nailed the finale once. I think because they started the continuity like in the 18th season of the show, and that ended with PewDiePie, and I wasn't fond of that. Then the next one was the whole ads thing, and I didn't like that. And then the most recent one, it was definitely the best of the four. I do like a lot of stuff in the finale from last season. It's just they don't nail it in either. They're like some of the stuff does feel like it's rushed. Like I thought Cartman and Heidi this season were funny, but I thought last season it was like the worst thing that the show's ever done. Just aside from Member Berries, because Member Berries are pretty awful too, but it just they weren't funny. Like Cartman for an entire season of South Park, he's funny in the episode where they break the scene where they break his stuff. That I thought was hilarious. Because they make it seem like they're gonna kill him, and instead they break his stuff, but Cartman still reacts as if he's being murdered. But after that, Cartman just sucks for the whole season. Like he isn't fun to be around at all. And I get like it was the story they were going for, and it makes sense, but at the risk of taking your funniest character and making him intentionally not funny anymore, like I don't know. This season, Cartman was good again.
We'll wait for next season to see. I don't know. But it doesn't seem like they'll stop the storylines. I feel like
I thought they were going to stop it, and they didn't.
I feel like with Heidi, I feel like Heidi they might do again. PC Principal and Strong Woman for sure are going to be a thing next season.
Maybe the Whites will be a big character.
That was great.
I guess, like I said, I didn't hate the finale because I'm like quoting a couple of things from it, but it's just, I don't know.
I really love the over exaggerations though of what was it? They work with each other and they're dating. There's the over exaggerations of that was cracked me up.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I do like how they started like repeating stuff from the movie in the episode before that, but did you ever see the movie?
No. Yet? No.
No, the South Park movie.
What about it?
They were like referencing it like strongly in the episode before. You know how they kept saying, "Kyle, you're being like your mom now."
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, you know, did you see the movie ever?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought that was cool. They even like kind of redid some scenes from the movie with them talking to the Prime Minister. No, it wasn't who they were talking to. Was it the Prime Minister? It was like they said, "Can I finish? Can I please finish?" Okay, I'm finished.
It might have been Garrison. I don't know.
No, it wasn't Garrison.
No.
It's like it was a Canadian. I don't remember who.
Maybe it was the Canadian Prime Minister. I don't know.
Maybe it was. I don't remember. I love how they always do that too. Like they have like whenever they have like a big problem, they always choose Canada as like their end. Like they go to war with Canada. Like they don't ever pick They don't ever pick a country that we actually have like serious problems with. They always pick Canada. They had Canada on strike. That's one of the funniest episodes of the show.
To be fair, they're too nice to fight back. So.
Do you remember Canada on strike?
I think so, yeah.
They even have a little song at the beginning of it. Just hearing those characters singing, dog, it's always great because it's like the same voice for every single one of them.
Was it the episode before the last episode where they were bagging on Netflix with Terrence and Phillip?
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
I didn't like those scenes, but I did like the Netflix.
I like the idea around it. I just didn't like the the scenes with Terrence and Phillip themselves. It was just like they went on for too long.
I didn't really get why they were old men.
I think it was just it's like stuff like when they did the Pee Wee Herman movie, or like but then again, like
maybe
even though it's not like a Netflix thing, like Dumb and Dumber 2, stuff like that, where the actors are now older and they're trying to redo the good old times nostalgia.
Yeah.
Has Netflix done that? A lot of nostalgia stuff, trying to bring back certain things, like Full House. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, Fuller House is one. They do bring stuff back, but often it doesn't seem like it's anything too old. I might just be.
And it's like, although maybe it is Fuller House because it's like saying like hey, this used to be funny, but it's not funny anymore, and then it turns out it wasn't funny this whole time. Like, I think that's what it was.
Maybe.
They were even highlighting...
That's not a bad observation, actually. I did like the Netflix joke earlier in the season, though, where the Coon and friends are trying to get a show.
I love that.
And so when you call Netflix, it's like, hello, this is Netflix.
Yeah, you want a show short.
It just immediately says, you are greenlit. As they, it's like the thing that they have written down. They have to say every time they answer the phone. I thought it was a very disappointing Coon and Friends episode. It wasn't bad. It was just on Coon and Friends standards. I get it. It was a prequel. It was a prequel to the game, and like the game is what gives you the good Coon and Friends story. But
I think the episode that they advertised, the Stick of Truth, even was the same. It was just kind of like a meh episode, from what I remember.
No, it was a 3-part episode. It was good.
Was it? It
was a 3-parter. Now, I do think it is weak compared to the Coon trilogy and the Imagination. But there's still some funny stuff in it.
I still have to get the new game. I haven't.
It's even where the Princess Kenny thing originated from, with the freaking anime intro. It was in the show before it was in the game.
Oh, that was I thought it was like a 1-episode off thing. I thought it was like after that.
It was a 3-parter thing. It was a 3-parter.
It's like I know at the end, like, bye, Stick of Truth now, and stuff like that, like the little ad.
I did like the God, they probably should have just done a 3-part Coon and Friends thing, honestly. No, people would have.
Do they usually only have 10 episodes per season?
It's changed as the years have gone by.
If they had more time during the season, then maybe, or scrap some ideas for the next season. But then again, they wanted to get Strong Woman and PC Principal. But then again, I think that was only 2 episodes with them. I think
they've had 3 trilogies so far: Imagination Land, Coon and Friends, and the War of the Consoles, or basically the Stick of Truth prequel. And the Stick of Truth, like the Coon and Friends and Imagination Land, it was just amazing how well they held up, like how they were able to like progress the story perfectly as it like progressed. Basically it's like the Game of Thrones episode 2, because there's a lot of Game of Thrones references in it. That one, it was still good. I still enjoyed it a lot, but it felt very much like they ran out of ideas by the time they ended it, because it started becoming like very like all over the place and didn't really follow the rules they established in other episodes of how Randy behaves as like a leader and whatnot. I just remember like there being a couple of things that were very off with that trilogy by the last episode. But still, as a whole, it was good.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, last couple seasons, like, just take them for what they are. You know, I think it's going to be a long while until we feel like, you know, this is classic South Park that, you know, puts effort in every single millisecond of each episode. But at the same time, they're still trying something they never tried before, and I kind of respect that. So.
Oh yeah, no, I like it. I'm still gonna watch the next season when it comes out. Yeah. I don't think they've had a great season since I know it's bad. Excuse me, I remember the season numbers, but like what episodes are in those seasons. Mm-hmm. But I think like the 15th season was the last great one. That was the one that had like the whole "Is South Park gonna end?" thing. 'Cause they had the "You're Getting Older" episode, Asperger's episode. They had the Human Centipede episode. They had the anger management one. Like it was just episode after classic episode.
Right. After that, they started doing more story-based stuff, right?
No, they had 2 seasons that continued.
Because I remember the episode right after the season premiere, like it was a continuation of the episode prior. You know, like the duck becoming president, and then at the end of that episode, they take the duck out.
But that was just a 2-parter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a 2-parter. Then and I remember like it was season 16. It was horrible. Like it was actually just a weirdly bad season of South Park. And then the 17th season was good again, and that was the one that had the Game of Thrones trilogy, and it ended with one of the funniest episodes in the show because it was like the whole Hobbit thing with Kanye West.
Yeah,
that one's great. And then 18 is where the story season started, and 19.
That's what the Whole Foods thing, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the season I stopped watching.
That was 19, actually. 18 is with Lord. Randy was Lord.
Yeah, I think that season was the season I started to not watch South Park as regularly. Like I would watch. I think I eventually got caught up with that season in maybe the season after. What the heck happened?
Finger cut open. I don't even know.
What happened?
I don't know. I don't care. It's not hurt.
While watching back the episode, I'll say a little shoom, and I'll rewind. I'll pause back. There'll be a post-production zoom in, and it panned back and forth from back to me in the footage, and it's like paused at a little black figure, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta send this to the Pentagon.
Was this here at the beginning of DuckCast? So, what else is there to talk about? We're probably getting close to the ending.
Yeah, 55 minutes.
We'll go for like another 5-10 minutes.
Right.
I'm trying to think of other things I watched. Last Man on Earth's continuing, and started off so promising, and now there's been a bunch of episodes that, they're just not funny, and they're not doing anything with the story. They, the most recent one, and I won't go on about it too long because I know you haven't seen it, but it opens up, because, it's about the end of the world, and occasionally they introduce characters that are still, have managed, they're still alive. And there's this car driving through, and it's really mysterious, this is gonna be someone new, see these, they open the door, these cowboy boots come on, this is a new character, and then no, it's just one of the characters dressed as a cowboy, and then another character walks up and then they get an argument, and they repeat a comedy routine that they had in the last episode 100%. It is the exact same thing, and the rest of the episode is cringy.
Well,
it's not
it was a classic moment, Mike. I don't think you understand that.
And then the ending was interesting.
Okay.
The ending actually does the ending does something very fascinating. Actually, that was something I never even It was a very creative way for someone to still be alive, basically, because they do introduce a new character at the end of it. But it was like 10 seconds of good stuff. The beginning of the season was great, and it's just now there's one character who doesn't annoy me right now. Everyone else is. I guess there's technically two, but one of them is a kid who doesn't speak. He's mute. Well, he's not mute, but he doesn't speak a lot. He doesn't talk, so you can't dislike him. He's he's just not annoying you. But then there's one character who actually speaks, so I like all the characters, but this season they've just been fucking irritating. They were last season too, but they had their ups and downs. This season there was mainly ups when it started. Now it's down.
Yeah.
I hope, it's I'd say it's been 8 episodes now. I'd say 4 of them were really good, maybe even 5 of them, but 3 or 4 of them have been god awful. I'm gonna say it was 3 that have been bad, because the first 5 are good.
Should go on Rotten Tomatoes and leave a very angry review then. Tell them what you think.
Just talking about the show I like, alright? You about stuff that you like that I don't know.
When this show came on, I thought it was the bee's knees, but as it kept going on, it just.
Did anything interesting happen on YouTube? I know that we have, we talked about YouTube Rewind briefly, but one cool thing that did come from YouTube Rewind, although I do think it's lame that they weren't creative enough to actually include it in the actual Rewind, is they did have the odds went out and Jaden Animations.
I was both happy and pissed off. It was right after the credits, and after all the names were shown, then they showed their animations that they put work into for the Rewind.
Yeah, why weren't? Well, I mean, I'm not pissed about that because they clearly knew what they were getting themselves into with that. But at the same time, why can't you be creative enough to it's not hard to put a live animated character in live action. That would have been. They did it with the annoying orange in a previous Rewind.
You think that's what would have made it better?
I think actually injecting the animated characters into the Rewind would have been better than just saving them for the credits. Yes. The Rewind itself.
I guess during that that one meme in space where all the characters are kind of flanked, that would have been fun. You could clearly see them. Great. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
you could have had one section of live action characters and then one section of a mix of them flying through space together.
Yeah.
See, I feel like that idea right there is more creative than anything they have in these Rewinds. How many fucking fidget spinners did they have in that? They're just taking pride in that stupid thing that got famous.
You can't argue. You knew it was going to be in the Rewind.
I knew it, but
and a lot.
The theme. It's the theme of Rewind, aside from Goo Balls, which I don't even know what that's a reference to. I think that's just, hey, Goo!
There's a lot of Viners in this Rewind, too.
In Nickelodeon? Anyway. Dude, the thing is, there's clearly some talented people behind the making of it because it's competent enough, but it's still poorly made. The shots look nice. the effects in it clearly have work put into them, but it's still bad because they don't know how to use it. They have that beginning where they have like the motion blur constantly going off, and it's like hard to look at. Like it's
I saw
impressive
this.
they can do that, but it's like used so poorly and too often. Sorry.
I saw this. This one channel, like, kind of reacting, but like giving commentary to it also. Like they mentioned that too, just the blurs. Like they do that every rewind where it's just like quick 1 second of this person, but like they do it in a way this time around where it got a bit annoying for sure.
Something I didn't get until like I got it eventually. Graveyard part, like I remember seeing like Plankin and whatnot. I'm like, why are they doing Plankin?
It was like I get it was like at a graveyard gravestone fort, but like it was just it was for the year it made no sense. Yeah,
Plankin was like one of the dumbest trends that we had since we've been on YouTube. It was
they're very aware of themselves that they're making these things for. I wouldn't even say up to 15 years old. I'd say like 13 and under. Like it's very childish stuff.
No,
like,
it's
no creativity. But
I'm surprised that like some people aren't allowed to be included for controversial reasons. Like PewDiePie,
did you see his video, by the way? Like,
I did. It wasn't bad.
He was fine with it overall.
Oh, yeah, no, he was very understanding about it. But I mean, Jake Paul had way worse stuff.
Oh yeah, I was when I saw him, I was like, really?
Like he's been accused of like falsely accusing people of rape. He's been he's been like he has his neighbors want him to get evicted. Legally filmed people's houses. He went to a
You know what the thing is though? He's part of that community like Lele Pons and all those other Viners where he's allowed to be. I'm surprised that Philip DeFranco, like, he's talked a lot about YouTube and. It's.
I think at the end of the day, a lot of them are but at the same time, this website's done a lot for us. But I'm surprised I keep seeing people like Tomska in there because I like Tomska, but he's not popular anymore. But I mean, I guess it's cool he's in there. I like him.
Isn't KSI also a bit controversial, or is that just me?
I don't know much about KSI. I know that he communicates with some of the boys. He's been in a Filthy Frank video. He's I think he's talked, like he's definitely been acknowledged by Keemstar a lot. That'll probably be a baited episode when it comes out. They'll probably talk about Rewind.
We got a lot of YouTube Rewind parodies with the yellow monetization button in the thumbnail, and they're always great. We're getting a lot of those.
I haven't watched one yet. I don't think there's anything great about making the same joke that everyone's making.
Some people are being creative with it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Just give it
I like Psychic Pebbles YouTube Rewind after.
I watched that the other day again. It was great.
Good stuff.
Just with the Gangnam Style in the background.
I always love checking his updated banner on his YouTube page.
I haven't seen it yet.
It used to be like he used to have like Fred and iJustine up there, and now it's like Peter Jimmy Griffin. Kimmel. It's Jake Paul. It's like.
Is it still Family Guy thumbnail from like a random Family Guy video?
there is Family Guy stuff. Oh, but yeah, Rewind. I'm trying to think of other. It was pretty. I thought it for a second maybe like the whole Anthony as a zombie thing was kind of funny because he left Smosh, but at the same time he wasn't the only one, so that wasn't the joke.
I feel bad for the people who worked at the makeup department for that video. Put a lot of time in that makeup, and you could barely even like see the makeup for like longer than 5 seconds or 2 seconds. Like Dashu apparently was in the video, and like you just had to pause to see him, but like he was in one shot.
I hate everything. I hate everything mentioned that in the video he did on YouTube in 2017 because he was just like, how am I supposed to know who half of these people are when their faces are covered?
I didn't even notice. I saw him in the credits. I was like, he was a zombie wearing makeup. Of course, I didn't see him at all. And also he was like not even censored. Like he was just kind of on the side in a group.
Part of me wanted to. I almost made a video about it myself on Slate side, and I decided not to, just because I'm not judging anyone who makes a. honestly. I enjoy watching them. I enjoy watching people criticize it because I think it's worthy of criticism. But at the end of the day, I am aware that it is something that, one, everyone has probably already made every point I want to make. And two, it's like, it is, like you said, it's for 13-year-olds. Like, it's not...
It's just another YouTube Rewind. It's just, there's...
In Lele Pons, Hannah Stocking, the other one that I feel bad I can't pronounce her name because she's honestly more talented than both of them. Inanna. I still don't like... Inanna, is that how you say her name?
I think so. Or Sarkis, you could just call her Sarkis.
Sarkis, yes. She and I still don't like her, but she, like, if you look at her channel, like, I do occasionally look at them. I don't watch the videos. I just look at the thumbnails sometimes. It's just, oh god, it's just cringy looking at the thumbnails. Like, it's horrible. Me and you've talked. The only reason I'm bringing them up is because they've been mentioned numerous times on DuckCast.
Hannah and Lele have been targeted a whole lot more by these YouTube commentary channels like Leon Lush, I'm Alex, I think Bobby
know
Burns.
About those guys. I'm not a fan.
I'm getting slowly into I'm Alex. I'm not.
I've seen the podcast that Leon Lush is on.
Leon Lush is very over exaggerated though. I'm Alex. He can be, but I've seen him his grounded side, and he seems cool when he can be.
I don't hate him. I really don't hate him.
Bobby Burns, I would give more of a chance though. Bobby Burns is pretty cool.
A lot of people in the commentary community I just can't stand. There's a guy I follow now named RandomShark, and he's funny, so I watch him. He's very small though. He has like 5,000 subscribers. I came across one of his videos by accident. He's got a good sense of humor. He dresses up as a fucking shark in a lot of his videos. It's like this really weird shark costume, but it doesn't show his face or anything. He never shows his face, so you just see him as a shark. So he's just in a
shark costume.
It's just you just see the shark.
Okay.
He's got a video that he's got like a voice that in some way reminds me of Yukina Joe, but not just him, like almost a little bit Brock Baker too. Like there's a couple of Matt Vargas. Not a lot of people know who Matt Vargas is, but Matt Vargas is another person he kind of sounds like. He has a funny voice though. If you just click on his videos and like just hear like his little introduction that plays at the beginning of every single video, it's not bad. Won't make it a recommendation of the week because we already have two, but it's not bad.
Wait.
I've only watched a few videos, and they're not...
What was it?
RandomShark.
RandomShark.
Oh, but, yeah, Rewind sucked. Those 3 Vine people that we keep talking about, Lele, Hannah...
I was gonna say, like, I'm surprised, like, they don't... Because, like, the 3 of them are, like, best friends, and I'm surprised only 2 of them people touch up on a lot. Maybe it's because Inanna's videos are legitimately, like... Not just you and I think so, but like other people, they just see your videos as like acceptable. But I'm curious to see like what someone would think. I haven't heard anyone else's opinion yet.
God. What time is it? Like, what time is this happening now?
11:30, 11:40.
11:40. We're having this. So
we're getting close to an hour and 10 minutes, by the way.
Okay, we'll wrap up here. Yeah, like I've said she's definitely better than the other 2, and I think it's just because like she clearly takes a lot of her work seriously. It's uninteresting. It's not original. It's not.
I'm glad she at least tries to do other things other than
she does. She does. And like the thing is, the cinematography, it isn't unique or special.
That's not on her end. I don't think she's not in charge of that.
But it is competent. Like you watch it and it works. Like the shots aren't bad shots. In the color grading, it's good. It's very standard. These are the shots I learned about in college shots. You know, like it's the list that you get. That's what all of her videos are. But the effort is there, I'd say.
I forgot what I was gonna say before anyway, but all right. Completely forgot. You want to wrap up?
I guess so. Yeah, this is a pretty standard DuckCast. We'll probably do 40. Well, actually, one more thing. What do you want to do for 50? Because we're getting close to that. 49 will be our Christmas special. We'll do a solo one maybe for 50.
Yeah, New Year's video.
It'll be the last.
Well, we should probably get a guest on. I mean, that's obvious. 50 is a big number.
I was saving Pinsack for 50, but then we ended up having him earlier than expected. I don't want to do Marcus. I don't want to do Marcus for episode 50. I do want to. He is going to be on.
I don't know if scheduling would be a big issue here, or like I don't know, but like maybe another. Then again, they haven't uploaded an episode of their own in forever, and they haven't uploaded their own. Yeah. They haven't even uploaded their part of our crossover thing.
Apparently, it's gone. They lost it. I would love to have Chris and Olivia on again sometime soon. I love talking to Chris. I think we have great conversations together. But
who's a guest we have not had on yet? Well, there's that one guy I told you about.
You know, we haven't had on in a while. You know who could be who we could get?
In a while. I'm talking about someone first time.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Chris Sara. We haven't seen him since.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it out loud, but I don't know if I can handle that at this point in time.
Why not?
I don't know. He's a good guy.
I don't know if he should be. Granted, I don't know if he should be 50.
I don't think he's 50 material. I really don't. I'm sorry. I just don't. I think it would be a very underwhelming episode.
Chris, if you're listening to this, Zach's an asshole.
But
I don't. I'm not saying you're not.
I miss
50
you,
material.
but oh my god.
I'm not saying you're not 50 material. I'm saying that we might want to have a guest that we haven't had on yet for that.
The translation, a guest that is better.
No, I like having Chris on. I've said that in the past.
But no, there was that guy I did the last Metal Mouth with, and I think he'd be pretty cool to bring on. George.
George.
Game Paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
There's other channels too. I don't know. He's into Travers as well. That's how we met. So. You know, I've told you if he could come on. You've said sure someday.
Yeah.
Who knows? New guest anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if that's 50 material. I don't know. Again, nothing against the guy at all.
I know.
He's more than welcome to be on. It's just because it's not someone that we both know.
Or Marcus.
I already said I don't know if I want to do Marcus for 50. Just because.
I don't know.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking maybe, but at the same time, he's a Duck Brigade member that we haven't spoken to in a long time. And it's not like, and he wasn't like super involved when he was on. It's not like, it wouldn't be like, it wasn't like, I feel like this is mean. I'm not like trying to be a dick when I say this. It's like Austin coming on and Stuart coming on were a big deal because they were so hugely involved in the channel. Marcus did commentaries with us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe we don't.
We're gonna go over another 10 minutes of like who should we get on? We're like still recording.
We could invite Hydra on.
if you're still watching, comment down below. Say you're live.
If Hydra asks, if El Hydra asks, I'll say yes.
Next year when he binge watches these episodes and then sees that we talked about him here, he'll be like, yeah, sure.
I'm not gonna invite him on, but if he asked, I would let him come on. The only reason I'm not gonna invite him on is just because it's kind of like the same thing that I had with like TV Nicholas Krause a few years ago, where he would want to talk with me over Skype and I wouldn't want to just because there's a big age gap and it feels a little weird.
What about
It shouldn't be that way. It should be fine. It's just, I don't know, there's something awkward about it.
What about Tariq? The group being a thing, maybe episode 3 will be out by then. Who knows?
I could bring it up to him. I haven't heard from him too much recently, but we'll see. It'll be after New Year's. 50 will probably be 2018.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll see. Maybe Tariq. I'll ask him about it next time I see him. I'm sure I'll see him before 2018. So we'll figure that out.
we've got until next year to think about it.
The thing is, like, for me, like, having Tariq on would be kind of like a cool episode for 50, because I know Tariq well. The only thing is you don't know him well, so it'd be kind of like the same thing if you have George on. So it's, I mean, I'd just have to be if you're cool with that. I don't know.
To be fair, though, like, I know more, like, I've seen what Tariq's been in compared to, you know, like, you don't really know much about, like, what George has done anyway. So
and Tariq has seen a couple of your videos, because I have shown him some. He's very well aware of your existence.
What's a creepy sentence there? Anyway, yeah.
Look out your window. He's just staring at you.
My blinds are shut, so I don't know how
he holds up a paper. It's Nick's address. Anyway, that's the end of DuckCast 48. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you all.
Have
a good day.
Okay.